which is capable of dealing with all situations, be in war or in peace. This day, we remember with gratitude the valor of our brave soldiers, those who gave their life for the honor of our country. We bow our heads to the Veer Naris whose brave husbands made the nation proud by giving the ultimate sacrifice. We also remember with gratitude all those who participated in the war and brought this glory to the nation. Friends, a strong military is the most precious asset of a nation. In our ancient text, Sukraniti, it says, it glorifies the virtue of a strong military. It says, Sainyad vina na rajyam na dhanam na parakrama balino vasaga sarve durbalasya cha satruva. Without a strong military, there is no state, there is no rajya. Na dhanam, there is no wealth. Na parakrama, we all know parakrama. Balino vasaga sarve durbalasya cha satruva. If you are strong, you have friends around. If you are weak, you are surrounded by enemies. Indian military has made the nation proud at every occasion. It has not only made us proud at the battlefield, but also in times of disasters, the way they have come to the rescue of our people, we cannot forget. In our own state, we have seen off and on natural calamities wreaking havocs, and our military men and women, how at the most difficult time they come to their succor, their rescue. This day, in the 1971, which we are celebrating as the Victory Day, Vijay Diwas, is not only a victory of our Indian military over the adversaries, Pakistan, but it's a day when the idea of India became victorious. This India, this Bharat, about 24 years before, was partitioned in the name of religion. Some people said that no, Muslims cannot live in India, they must have a separate homeland. A lot of bloodshed happened. We know the horrors that preceded partition and even succeeded partition. Millions perished, millions were displaced, they were rendered homeless. Just because an ideology fanned by fanaticism, communal fanaticism, at that point of time, it prevailed. But 24 years later, that ideology was pulverized, it was defeated. When Pakistan broke and Bangladesh emerged. It's the victory of India, victory of idea of India, because it is this country where every faith, every religion coexist peacefully, harmoniously. There is no room for exclusivity. It doesn't exclude anyone. Everyone is a member of this family. People pursuing different faiths, different religions in different parts of the world. They were persecuted in their own land, and they came, and Bharat welcomed them with open arms. This is the only country in the world where people of all faiths coexist. All faiths, all denominations. We know how Pakistan, which is built, or which was created out of a communal idea of separate land for homeland for Muslims, how even the Muslims, several denominations of Muslims are persecuted day in and day out. Many of them have not been even recognized as a member of their community. Whereas this land has welcomed everyone. The fact that those who parted in the name of religion, they suffered the defeat of the cause. So it was a defeat of the very idea of Pakistan. It was a victory of the idea of Bharat, idea of India. And this defeat of the idea of Pakistan, what happened in 1971, is a work in progress. It is not yet over, we know that. We see that Pakistan is imploding from within. Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan, their northwest frontier provinces, they all want to break away. They are just holding it with their military might. And every day we hear what is all happening in that country. The country is in utter distress. People are suffering. It is imploding. And we shouldn't be surprised, because after all, friends, a few decades are not a long time in the history of a nation. Simply because it has existed for 7 decades, it doesn't mean that it will exist for another 7 decades. It need not. The idea of undoing of the idea of Pakistan had begun in 1971, and that work is work in progress. As far as our country is concerned, we are all proud of our military. We are proud of their valor, we are proud of their commitment. We are proud of their unflinching commitment to serve the nation. For long we have been talking about, after independence we kept talking about a very, very peaceful world without realizing that peace comes at a cost. Peace comes only when you are prepared for a victory. If you know that if a conflict happens and victory is certain, there is a less likelihood of a conflict. And so, merely talking about peace for long was not enough. While we kept talking for peace, for long we overlooked our military. And even then our military did in the most adverse circumstances at every occasion and made the country proud. It's time that we must realize that our military is central, is core to our existence. And that's why there is so much thrust on modernization of military, equipping them, making them capable, not only through the instruments of war, but also by keeping their morale, giving them due honor and respect. We see the commitment of our Prime Minister, our commitment of our Raksha Mantri, and commitment of the government and commitment of the country as such. In fact, when the Prime Minister gave a call for Panch Prana, that we must have 5 resolve, one of the resolve is respect our military. Wherever they are, a military man must be respected by the society. Because a military victory is not a victory, it's not only that the military fights on the battle. It is when the military knows that the nation is behind it, it fights with the whole might of the nation. And the nation must be seen to stand by her military. And that is why it is our duty. It's the duty of every citizen of this country, wherever they are, to respect the military, give them due honor, and not only them, even their family members. Those who are no more with us, those who gave their life, so that we all live in peace today, we must not forget their families. It is the duty of every citizen, wherever they are, to respect the family members of our military, men and women. Friends, we know that our military is becoming more and more capable by the day. A lot of churning is happening within. New entities have been created and are being created. They are a work in progress. We have to keep ourselves not just catching up, but we have to be ahead of the curve, because the modern warfare is far more complex than what it used to be. And we are absolutely confident that our military is capable of it. And God forbid, and I'm sure the enemies will not. Today, I don't think that anyone will think of playing with this country the way they did in the past. But should the situation arise, we know that we are comfortable because we have a strong military. Friends, on this day, I once again extend my warmest greetings to all of you. It's the day of celebration. It's the day of celebration for the whole nation. It's not just military. Because it's the victory not of only military, it's the victory of nation. As I said, it's the victory of the idea of India. The idea of India became victorious, and it must remain victorious for all time to come. My best wishes to all of you. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Honorable Governor, for the most encouraging words. Now I request the Honorable Governor, along with the General Officer Commanding, for a photograph with all the esteemed awardees. Thank you, sir. I'm sure it's going to be a memorable photograph. May I request everyone to rise for the national anthem.
While the distinguished guests, awardees take the seat amongst audience, you are requested to maintain silence.
Kindly be seated.
They might take a little while. We appreciate your patience.